Have you ever wondered why some people choose to hurt others just to feel important? Hey there, treasure seekers. Welcome to Treasure Tales, where every story uncovers a lesson worth keeping. Today's tale is From Shadows to Sunshine, a journey of change. We're diving into the heart of a powerful story. A story about Ella, a girl who went from being the queen of mean to the champion of kindness. Stick around to discover the lesson that changed her life forever, and just might change yours too. Chapter 1. The Queen of Mean. Ella Thompson ruled the halls of Brookfield High, not with charm or kindness, but with taunts and ridicule. She bullied her classmates relentlessly, from name-calling to pranks that left others humiliated. Every day, her classmates tiptoed around her, fearful of being her next target. But while others feared her, Ella felt a strange satisfaction. To her, being the bully was better than being invisible. Unbeknownst to her peers, Ella's bravado masked a deep sadness. At home, she felt like a shadow. Her parents compared her to her overachieving older siblings, constantly reminding her of how she fell short. Her voice was rarely heard, her achievements overlooked, and her struggles dismissed. School became her stage to reclaim the attention she so desperately craved, even if it meant stepping on others to get it. Chapter 2. The Victim Speaks Up. One day, Ella targeted Mia, a shy and soft-spoken girl, known for her kind demeanor. Ella orchestrated a cruel prank, spilling ink all over Mia's notebook just before an important submission. The class erupted into uneasy laughter, and Mia, on the verge of tears, finally stood up for herself. "Why do you always do this, Ella?" Mia asked, her voice trembling but determined. "What do you gain from hurting others?" The question lingered in the air, silencing even Ella for a moment. But rather than introspect, Ella brushed it off with a dismissive laugh. "Don't take it so seriously, Mia. It's just a joke," she sneered. Yet, Mia's words struck a chord, one Ella wasn't ready to admit. Chapter 3. The Teacher's Concern. Ms. Harrison, the class teacher, had been observing Ella for weeks. A seasoned educator, she could see beyond Ella's facade of confidence and bravado. After the incident with Mia, Ms. Harrison decided it was time to intervene. During lunch break, she called Ella to her office. "Ella, I've noticed a pattern in your behavior," she began gently. "You seem to enjoy being the center of attention, but at what cost? Do you ever think about how your actions affect others?" Ella crossed her arms, leaning back in her chair. "They need to toughen up." "It's just harmless fun," she replied, avoiding Ms. Harrison's gaze. But Ms. Harrison wasn't convinced. "Ella, I'm not here to scold you. I want to understand you. Can you tell me why you feel the need to put others down?" she asked, her voice calm but firm. Ella hesitated. No one had ever asked her that before. "What's there to explain?" "I just do it," she said, her tone defensive. But deep down, Ms. Harrison's words stirred something inside her. Chapter 4. A Glimpse of the Truth. The conversation with Ms. Harrison left Ella unsettled. That evening, as she sat at the dinner table with her family, the usual routine unfolded. Her parents praised her older sister for her academic achievements and her younger brother for his athletic prowess. "Ella, you could learn a thing or two from your siblings," her mother said, shaking her head as Ella's plate remained untouched. The words stung, but they were nothing new. "Why does it always have to be about them?" Ella muttered under her breath, but no one seemed to hear or care. Later that night, as Ella stared at her reflection in the mirror, Ms. Harrison's question echoed in her mind. "Why do you feel the need to put others down?" For the first time, Ella began to wonder if her actions at school were more about herself than the classmates she tormented. Chapter 5. The Confrontation. The next day at school, Ms. Harrison pulled Ella aside after class. "Ella, I don't think you're a bad person, but I think you're carrying something heavy," she said gently. Ella looked away, uncomfortable with the teacher's scrutiny. "I don't know what you're talking about," she muttered. Ms. Harrison wasn't deterred. "You can keep pretending, or you can talk about what's really going on. I promise I'll listen." Ella hesitated, her walls slowly cracking. Finally, she whispered, "At home, I don't matter. Everyone else is perfect, and I'm just nothing. So, at school, I make myself important." Chapter 6. The Lesson Begins. Ms. Harrison's expression softened. "Ella, feeling invisible at home doesn't mean you're not valuable. But bullying others to feel important only creates a cycle of pain. What if you tried lifting others instead of tearing them down? You might find that kindness brings more respect and love than fear ever could." Ella frowned. "Kindness? What's that going to do?" "Try it," Ms. Harrison said with a smile. "Start small. Compliment someone, help a classmate, or even apologize. You might be surprised by how it feels. Chapter 7, The Apology. The following day, Ella saw Mia struggling to carry her art supplies. For a moment, she hesitated. Then, summoning her courage, she stepped forward. "Let me help you," Ella offered. Mia blinked in surprise but handed over a few supplies. As they walked, Ella said quietly, "I'm sorry for what I did to your notebook. It was mean, and you didn't deserve it." Mia's expression softened. "Thank you, Ella. That means a lot." Chapter 8, A New Beginning. Over the next weeks, Ella gradually changed. She began to listen more and criticize less. She shared her own struggles with her classmates, finding that vulnerability made her feel more connected than cruelty ever did. Ella apologized to those she had hurt, one by one. Some accepted immediately, others took time. But Ella didn't give up. Slowly, the students began to see her in a new light. At home, Ella also started speaking up. During dinner, she shared her achievements and feelings. Though it wasn't easy, her parents eventually began to notice and acknowledge her efforts. With Ms. Harrison's guidance, Ella channeled her energy into positive outlets, joining the school's debate team, volunteering for community projects, and mentoring younger students. Chapter 9, The Sunshine Within. Months later, Ella stood on stage at the school assembly, receiving the Kindness in Action award for her contributions to the school community. "I used to think being noticed meant being the loudest or the meanest," Ella said, her voice steady. "But I've learned that true importance comes from helping others feel seen and valued. You don't have to tear people down to lift yourself up. We all have the power to shine, not by dimming others' light, but by adding to it." The hall erupted in applause. Ella smiled, looking out at her classmates, many of whom were now her friends. For the first time, she felt truly important, not because of fear or intimidation, but because she had chosen to spread kindness and joy. And that's Ella's story, a journey from pain and bullying to kindness and transformation. It reminds us all that sometimes, the people who seem the toughest are the ones carrying the heaviest burdens. Ella discovered that true importance isn't found in making others feel small, but in lifting them up. Now it's your turn. What did you learn from Ella's story? Have you ever met someone who changed for the better, or maybe experienced your own transformation? I'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections in the comment section below. If this story inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with someone who might need to hear it. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories and life lessons that remind us all to keep growing and shining. Thank you for watching, and remember, kindness is the most powerful change you can make in the world. So go out there and spread some kindness into this world. See you in the next video.